And we're back. Brian Reynolds here. This guy's kind of a unicorn in today's game of baseball. It seems like we're seeing fewer and fewer switch hitters, and he is elite regardless of the side of the plate he's hitting from. First offering, and it just misses.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch as a hitter. Bats from both sides of the plate, and he's so rare in that he really makes a lot of contact batting both righty and lefty. And, you know, it takes a ton of time in the cage to maintain both of those swings.
Cal Raleigh now at the plate. Here's a guy who is one of the best in the business. You're talking about looking for a hit somewhere, and this is a guy you go to. Over to Cruz. There's one. A sensational double play.
3-6-1 double plays can be so tough to turn. You're talking about the ground that the pitcher has to cover to get there. And in this case, you have a left-handed hitter that's out of the box even quicker than a righty. So everything has to be perfect and on time and on the money. Nice job right there.
That one ripped. Back there. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Jones in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And now the count is even.
1-1.
Here's a rocket out to left. Soto makes the play, and that will end the inning. Back here at Coors Field, here's Juan Soto, and he's the home run leader on this team, Singy. Fastball for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Check swing. He went, and the count is 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Here's a high chopper. Over to first. They get the out on Soto. Here's the catcher to hit, Gabriel Moreno. Chris, he's their team leader when it comes to RBIs. That one fouled off. That's inside. And 1-1.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable. And that location will definitely do it.
Check swing. Went around. That's strike 2.
2 strikes.
On the ground. De La Cruz throws to first in time. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd. Back to the top of the lineup, and here is O'Neal Cruz. Struck out swinging his first time. That one missed.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. De La Cruz fires over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here in Denver, and now the first baseman, Carlos Santana. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these players doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened. They've made contact on nearly 100% of their swings.
Swung on, belted deep. That one went back there, and that one's going to land not so much here, but here. He leaves the yard to right. It's 4-1. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Carlos Beltran. Hammered, base hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Fought off foul. Beltran gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Line and a base hit into right. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and no one can get there. One run across, coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. They got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
And a swing and a miss.
0-2.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Steps on first for the out. Brian Reynolds digs in now. He's 0 for 1. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Ripped on the ground to second. Robinson whips it to first. And they take care of Reynolds for the out. Here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh. He's 0 for 1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
And another ball. 4 runs already in the frame here in the last half of the third. Hard hit left side. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. On to the 4th. Now the number 2 hitter, Jackie Robinson. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these guys, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. And there's a foul ball.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners.
Now a blast to left center, way back there, on its way, out of here. And they cut into the deficit. It's 7-2. So 1 out, nobody on. And now it's going to be Julio Rodriguez. He swings and fouls one off. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Swings and misses. 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
That's back there. Grabs it right up against the wall.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Guerrero now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss, and 1-0-2 on the radar gun.
2 strikes.
And it stays fair.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Arenado swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. And a swing and a miss there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And that skips in the dirt. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
In the dirt. Swing and a base hit. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And the batter now, Byron Buxton. Guerrero on second. Arenado on at first with 2 down. That's down and in. Jones tosses to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now it's the DH, Ben Zobrist. And first offering is fouled off. And there's the strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And a liner out into right center for a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Now batting, third base.
So the batting order turns over. Now at the plate, Chipper Jones. 1 for 2. Check swing, called strike.
0-1.
And it's fouled away. Nobody out, runner at first. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 0-1. That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. And that's down and away.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Way inside. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now Carlos Beltran. Sliced hard but foul. And that is out of play. The pitch. That one blasted deep to right. Tatis going back. And brings it in at the wall. He scores on the sac fly, and it's now a 6-run lead. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Byron Buxton. And a base hit knocks in a run.
Picks himself up an RBI. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Rob Nen gets the call from the pen. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Ketel Marte up to the plate. And ball one. Marte goes 6'1", 210 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Buxton off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Rodriguez makes the catch, and that'll do it. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, this group of hitters just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Digging in, Gabriel Moreno grounded out his first time up. Missed with a changeup, and that's ball one.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
One down, base is empty. Swinging a foul straight back. The 2-1. De La Cruz. And the first two set down in the top of the fifth. Here's O'Neal Cruz. 0 for 2 in this one. Slider right there.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Reynolds on the run. Brings it in, and that's the third out. Back here at Coors Field, stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Elly De La Cruz.
So here's a fun note on Elly. He became the youngest player in high A ball to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game, and it gets better. He did it again 2 games later. Those are the type of games that tend to get you promoted in the minors.
That one misses. 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Line to left. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. And he dodges that fastball.
Ball 2.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Pulls it down, and there are 2 away. So up next, Cal Raleigh. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot.
It's so impressive because these guys have to do so much study and preparation for their pitchers, for opposing hitters, and really their #1 job is to guide that staff through a ball game. And so when you also can turn it up offensively and be a force there, that is a win-win, every manager's dream.
Hey!
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now it's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson. Skubal back to work. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick.
1-1. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. No, that's foul.
That's ripped. Base hit. And a good start to the inning. And they almost caught him, but he's back in time.
Now batting, right fielder,
Now it's the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr. Foul ball there. And that one fouled off. 0-2 now. There goes Jackie. Swing and a miss.
Well, maybe a
Throw. Save. So here's the cleanup hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Buxton makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Caught in between, trying for third now. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. Bottom of